Hi everyone, welcome back to Montessori Moments. I'm Jolene Tollett, your host. Today our topic is manipulation madness. Is your child really manipulating you? How to recognize it and put a stop to it. All right? The way a baby ensures their needs are met is by crying. This lets the caregiver know they're hungry, wet, gassy, hot, cold, even bored. It is an effective way to communicate, and when they get a response that meets the need, trust is built and a child has a secure attachment to that caregiver. As children grow from babies to toddlerhood, they learn new words and feelings along with ideas like wanting instead of needing, so beyond the basic needs. Before, when they were a baby, crying was met with giving. Now a toddler will ask for what they want and cry if it's not given. This could be a pout, could be a full-blown tantrum in order to procure what they desire. It worked when they were a baby, so they're carrying this on while they're a toddler also. They're continuing this behavior. They will begin to see that they can guilt us into giving them what they want. When we give into the tactics of the toddler, you have been manipulated into compliance. Toddlers don't mean to manipulate. Developmentally, children at this age are egocentric and impulsive. They are not trying to manipulate you. They don't understand, and they're just trying to get what they want by any means necessary, right? As a child gets older, this will only worsen, not get better. Their learned behavior is that you will give in, and they purposely begin to then use this tactic. This begins around age 3 to 4. So how do we stop manipulation? Dr. Jane Nelson is a specialist in discipline and has written a series of books called Positive Discipline. They're ones for teachers, parents, preschoolers, toddlers, many more, including in several other languages. I highly encourage you to look up her books and find one that fits you, and that all family members involved with the child discuss and agree on strategies. In the preschool version of this book, Dr. Nelson says, a child who is discouraged from developing initiative sometimes responds by developing manipulation skills instead. This is one of the reasons it is so important for children to build independence, like we're trying to do in Montessori. Involving children in their own care helps build self-confidence and therefore no need for manipulation tactics. The biggest thing to remember is to give children choices within the parameters of what is acceptable to you. Here's an example. My daughter does not like beets, so when we have beet salad, I still always put it on her plate. She then says she doesn't like beets, and can she please trade the beets for a different vegetable? I set the stage early on by insisting that if she did not like the vegetables being served, she could pick one from the refrigerator instead. Not a fruit, not a piece of cheese, a vegetable to replace the vegetable. This is what is acceptable to me, while still empowering her with choice so we don't get in a power struggle. Punitive punishments are not necessary, and they can create doubt, shame, and guilt. Let's be honest, in timeout, your child is not thinking about what they did wrong. They're thinking about how mad they are at you. Hitting, lecturing, yelling will only lead to a lack of respect and drive a wedge between you and your child. And then you should not be surprised when your child yells at or hits you. Secure attachment is when a child can come to you without fear or shame, but also respects limits. If you want to learn more about shame, listen to Brené Brown's TED Talk. It's the second most listened to TED Talk of all time. I also highly recommend some of her other books, and I especially love her book called The Gift of Imperfect Parenting. So, what do? Hear, repeat, and validate your child's wants. I hear you saying you want that beautiful doll. I can see how lovely it is. We can put that on your birthday wish list if you like. One more look, and then we're going to finish getting the things we need. We're going to empower our children with choices, but set limits at the same time. Set the stage early with an explanation and expectations. Let your child know what you are doing, the expected behavior, and what the consequence will be for not meeting that expectation. For example, if you do not meet the table manners expectation at dinner, you will not be allowed to stay for dessert. Then go over the table manners again. Stay in your seat. We only eat our food without complaint or playing with it. Use please and thank you and participate in the table discussion. Then follow through. Your child needs to know without a doubt that you mean what you say and will follow through with firm but kind action. As a parent, I know what it feels like for your child to cry. It hurts our hearts. But by giving in, we are doing our child a huge disservice. Things are not just handed to us in life. We must set goals and work hard toward them. There will be many, many disappointments along the way. We need to learn how to handle those and set our children up on how to handle those disappointments. It is also important to think about the fact that if you give in to manipulation, your child will use that tactic on others, friends, teachers, dates, boyfriends or girlfriends, spouses. Doesn't paint the picture of the child that you want to see, does it? I'm going to read a little bit from the book that I mentioned, Positive Discipline, Dr. Jane Nelson. Just this little bit. Providing opportunities for children to develop their sense of initiative is less time-consuming than dealing with the misbehavior of discouraged children. Who said parenting was easy and shouldn't take much time? Too many parents want confident, respectful, resourceful, responsible children, but don't want to invest time in methods that teach these characteristics. There are many ways to help children develop initiative rather than manipulation and misbehavior. One of the best ways to help children develop initiative is through family meetings. Other ways include playing Let's Pretend, stating clear expectations, offering limited choices, and following through. Sound familiar? These methods can be used to help children learn to behave appropriately at home and out in public while encouraging their developing sense of initiative. And that's really what we want, right? We want our children to take initiative and go for things that they want without using guilt or manipulation to do so. We are the people that have to help them do that. Thank you.